location and driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. It's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
From the backyard of Greg Connors, where we just watched the Bills. I mean, I didn't see that coming.
I did not see that coming either.
I think, what was it in the end, 30-10? They got a garbage touchdown, Tyrod Taylor in the end?
Yes.
Yeah, just a junker one. But the other games have been so exciting. The NFL is very exciting right now as these games are tight. I mean, we just watched
one-score games.
Russell Wilson launch one
Over
how
Kyrie
many yards
Elam.
is that? 40 yards?
Yeah. 45 yards over Kyrie Elam to Malik Neighbors.
Oh,
and
Kyrie
Elam
Elam
has his hand
on his face.
On Neighbors' face mask. Neighbors still catches the ball.
Yeah.
It fell right into his, and that was a beautiful throw.
Beautiful throw.
Beautiful.
Unbelievable.
Bengals won without Joe Burrow.
Which is crazy to think.
And then New England. Are you a fan of New England because of your dad?
Yeah, I am.
All right, Tyler.
You
Tyler
poor boy.
Muir is sitting in me. Kevin's here, but he said, "You get out there and get in there." So Tyler's in here. So, but that game, I love seeing that. Greg has a hot take.
Yeah, the hot take is with the Dolphins lost the way that they did down in Miami. It's a short week coming into Buffalo. They're going to be coming into Orchard Park Thursday night. I think the Bills are rolling. I think they're feeling good. As long as they can get healthier and stay healthy on defense, if they get beat like the Bills just beat the Jets,
You think
McDaniel's fired on Friday morning.
And I don't know if he gets
maybe on the flight back home. He might have to take his own flight out of Buffalo. He's going to get beat so bad.
And I don't know if he gets hired as a head coach again after some of the stupid stuff that comes out of his mouth after losses. You can't be cute at the podium when you get your butts kicked.
Yeah, he may just be a coordinator.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I could see him going back to San Francisco and working with Kyle Shanahan and being his right-hand guy because the guy knows offense.
Yeah.
64-yarder.
Oh, wow.
Dallas just tied the game.
64-yard field goal to tie it against the Giants. Dable, the Rochester U of R grad, Western New York guy, is just hating life right now.
I keep watching these games, and I'm waiting for someday Jerry Jones is just going to keel over in that suite.
Yeah.
Right? Because this has got to get so stressful for that guy.
Well, he's not just the owner, Billy. He's the general manager, too.
Yes, I see.
The Dallas Cowboys.
But it's
I have not watched the
I've only watched some of it.
Yeah.
The whole thing on that?
I've watched the first 3 episodes. I love it.
Yeah.
I think it's fantastic. 'Cause I lived that life. I lived during that. I watched football.
Well, that was all the Bills Super Bowls.
Yeah. And meanwhile, here come the Cowboys, who were awful. All of a sudden, in 4 years, they've won a Super Bowl. 5 years they win 2. 7 years they win 3, and the third one they win without Jimmy Johnson,
right,
on autopilot basically. Because Barry Switzer, not a pro coach.
Yeah, right.
You know.
That's
they haven't been the same since.
It's unbelievable.
It's Jerry's ego.
But it's Jerry.
It's Jerry.
I don't know any other team in the NFL. They just showed him on TV where the first person they talk to is the owner.
Yes. Yeah.
They don't go to the coach. They don't go to Dak. It's usually the first person to comment is Jerry.
Yeah. Because, when they introduced Jerry Jones when he bought the team, they had just fired Tom Landry before he even bought the team. They introduced him at the press conference. Tex Schramm was the GM of the Cowboys. He goes, I want his job.
Yeah.
And Tex Schramm right there knew his job was over.
Yeah.
His career in football was over at that moment. But it was the Jimmy Johnson hire that set the Cowboys up for the next 50 years, right? They've been living off that.
Totally.
They've been totally living off that.
Yeah,
Because the 80s, they were remember the big Dallas curse? When the TV show Dallas existed, the Cowboys couldn't get to the Super Bowl. Then Dallas gets canceled.
The curse.
Dallas gets canceled, and then they beat the Bills.
I did not know that.
Yeah. The Dallas TV show curse.
I never pulled that.
No,
79 to 93.
That's one of the things I love about this podcast. I learned so much from this podcast.
Well, Danny's a plethora of knowledge over there when it comes to.
I don't know how to do taxes, but I can.
So many things. All right, the Buffalo Bills. I mean, even the guys, Tony Romo and Jim Nantz, were talking about the team and saying things like they could go undefeated, or they could be like by week 9, possibly 8-0 going into the Kansas City game.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
that game's at home.
And that game's at home, and that makes you a little bit nervous when you hear these sorts of things.
It depends on who you are. Most Bills fans will be like, yeah, baby.
I know. But I always feel like, is it a jinx thing? Look, we watched Josh Allen today leave a game for the first time. I don't ever remember seeing that. And you go, is he...
Yeah.
Like,
the big concern for us when we were watching it in the man cave was, is it a concussion? Now, he walked off and you couldn't tell. You weren't sure if he was like hallucinating or had something going on or if it was his broken nose. Fortunately, in terms of the reports, it looks like it's a broken nose. But, I mean, he's the catalyst of this, of not just the offense, but the defense. He gives the defense energy. Mm-hmm. And without him on that field, that team is a very different team.
Right. And when you saw that, like, at first we didn't know, and then you start to think, ooh, concussion.
Yeah.
Right, with the nose. Clearly, it didn't seem to affect him too much when he got back in the game. I mean, you think about that. You get hit in the nose. Oh. The first thing that happens is your vision goes.
Yeah.
Like, as you well up, you can't see. Right,
and the pain is
excruciating, unbelievable. Well, you broke one that went. You broke your nose that went through the skin.
Yeah, I have a scar here on my nose, the bridge of my nose, where the bone popped through it, and then the doc hit, and that was I can't even. I've never experienced anything like that before in terms of pain.
Crooked nose from getting hit in the face, but that. And
from boxing?
Yeah, well, this wasn't really boxing. Might have been a street fight. Guy named Lonnie Beers. I beat him once.
Lonnie Beers.
Yes, I beat him once in a fight, and then
was this UFC 5?
No, this is UFC.
This is WrestleMania 5.
This is one. This is like way back in like early '90s, and then at the next party, he came up to me, and goes, "Remember me?" And then I turned my head, and he just unloaded. Unloaded. I was on the ground bleeding, busted nose, the whole thing. But I had busted my nose before, but they can set it.
Yeah.
You can set it back. This time I didn't. It didn't happen.
Yeah, they pulled it down and set it, and the skin ultimately healed up. But yeah, I was nervous because, I mean, it wasn't necessarily this game. It's like, what impact does Josh have in terms of getting hurt for the duration?
Right.
Is it short term? Is it long term? I mean, Mitch Trubisky came in, first pass.
Boom.
Great pass.
Right.
First down, moved the chains. Fortunately, Josh was able to come back, and there wasn't any issues.
And Josh did come back, and of course we now know it was 30-10 and a lot of rushing yards. How many yards did he throw for? Because I'm seeing Russell Wilson threw for almost over 400.
No, I don't think Allen threw for that many.
No, he didn't.
No.
This game.
It was a very low key game for him. It was
kind of low key.
He didn't.
But Coleman looked pretty good.
Yeah, Keon looked good.
Keon looked good. Well, what are your concerns, Greg?
Allen threw for 148 yards.
Oh, see, that seems low for Allen.
It is low.
Yeah.
Passer rating is 73.
Okay.
I mean, that's a pedestrian game for Josh Allen, but that's okay.
Yeah, Kevin was saying how it hurt him in his parlay or whatever with Josh. So. Yes. But, the Bills get the win. That's all now.
Yeah, I know. Hopefully I don't follow in his footsteps.
No. Stay away from that.
Yeah, I will.
What concerns do you have when you look at the team as they go forward? Because, I mean, Greg gets in there. He's practically like a coach. He'll even get upset when certain plays are called. And, why aren't we doing this? How come that? Well, where's the guy off the – I mean, Bosa looked fairly good today.
Yeah, well, on the third down, Bosa got up the field and Fields got outside him, and then he ran for like 40 yards, zigzagging through the freaking defense. And he's got to get up the field, right? You got the edge guy, Bosa's, and Bosa's good. And he had a great play, came back from behind, knocked the ball loose, which was huge in that second or third possession. Yeah. But you got to get up the field. You got to turn him back inside, so then your interior line and then your linebackers are filling. You get outside. And then he's got the full field. He's got from the sideline into where he is, and then everything else opens up because you got your secondary that's retreating, your linebackers that are flowing, which creates lanes to cut back on. Anyway, so what for me the concern is the safeties. Okay. And last week we couldn't stop the run. Lamar had his way with us, but then you had Ed Oliver step up and just make a play.
Right.
And that's really what gave the Bills a chance last week.
Yes, it was. Yes.
The defense made the play. And in the past, the offense has always shown up and made plays, but the defense hasn't. So last week against the Ravens, I think that's a great momentum thing, and I think it's great for the Bills to have the defense step up to make the play, to bring them back into that game, to give them a chance to win.
Right.
And this week, the defense shows up. I mean, they gave up 10. Literally, they gave up 3-ish.
Yeah, they did.
Right. And so having that defense show up like that is huge. And the crazy thing about this, Dolphins coming in on Thursday, short week. Mm-hmm. They put up big points against the Steelers, which shocked me. I thought they'd put up more points against the Patriots. And so it's like, can this defense, how's the defense? The personality and the success of this team, as long as Josh and the offense stays relatively healthy, is who shows up on the D. So my concern is the D.
Okay. I mean, and that's fair, and I think that was everybody's concern even last week watching the game. But take me back to that, because you were at the game.
You gonna do this?
Hit the chimes.
Are you gonna do this?
I defended you. I defended everybody who
that you left early. Is that what? I wasn't going to give you shit for that at all.
Okay.
I was not going to give you shit for that at all. I totally get that. I mean, going to a Bills game it's a job. Right? I mean, in a way, it's enjoyable. It's a hell of a lot of fun, but you got to pack up, get everybody. You get up there, you park, you get settled in. Now you get in the stadium, and it's like, I got to get home. I got a job. You own a business. I totally get that.
Yeah, and Dan and I have a different take on the whole Josh comment. I appreciate it.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't care for. I mean, I love Josh. Don't get me wrong, but it's like he said it twice. It was very passive aggressive. You got to believe in us. It wasn't you, dude. It was your defense. Yeah, and people got to work.
Well, when he's saying us, I don't think I think he talks about the whole team.
No,
I think us is the Buffalo Bills.
I know what he means. I know what he means. But the point was, like, it's a Sunday night. People have to work Monday morning, and they had a 0.9, not a 9.0% chance of winning. They had a 0.9, less than 1% chance of coming back after that run by Taylor where he was dead to rights in the end zone. I'm sorry, Lamar Jackson where he was dead to rights in the end zone. Jesus. And then the touchdown by Henry. I would have walked out too.
I want the quarterback to say that. I want the quarterback to be cocky and say things, because I don't think I certainly didn't take it as a fan like, oh, how dare you? I took it as a, hey, got to stick around. This is a show. This is a show.
And to me, that was the demonstration of why Josh Allen is a great leader.
Got a home improvement conundrum? Time to call in the superheroes. Mac of all trades. Leaky faucet. Wall that mysteriously has a hole in it. Kitchen looking like it's stuck in the 90s. Mac of all trades is here to save the day. No capes, just expert repairs, remodeling, and handyman services that get the job done right. Call them today at 585-202-9218. That's 585-202-9218. Or visit them online at macofalltrades.net, because every home needs a hero. Mac of all trades. Tyler, what happens, like, since Greg brought you up, what happens in a game where you're down like that and all of a sudden one play, and you can just feel the energy shift toward your team? Have you had that?
Yeah, so say...
Because Tyler plays hockey at a pretty elite level.
Yeah, so we go down by a goal, you answer right back, you feel that spark, and you're like, hey, and even the crowd gets you into it too. Like at some of the high school games, you have two student sections that are just going nuts.
Right.
Like, they get into it, they start chanting, they start, and then all the parents are yelling too, and just one little thing can spark a huge thing. And
right.
Like, one big hit gets everyone banging their sticks on the board.
Like you did last year, and was it in the finals, or what was one of the hockey games I was at with your dad? You had a nice... You made a great play. They got the whole energy going. Everybody, your teammates got into it. And that's the thing. And as a fan,
yes,
that's what Josh is saying, is that, look, we're going to give you that chance. Be there for that.
When is your dad embarrassed you at the game? No, I'm kidding.
I mean,
every game.
No.
I mean, last game.
Well, he knows the game so well. Last game, what do you
Friday.
mean?
No, it wasn't like embarrassing, but like.
Did he make you walk home again?
He wanted you to walk home
from
Buffalo.
No, Niagara Falls, Canada.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
No, so the game Friday was at Lakeshore, and I kind of take the puck from out of the corner to the middle of the ice and shoot it, and I get like knocked over after it, and I'm like skating to the face-off dot, and all of a sudden I look up and I hear my dad going, "You really gonna take that? You gonna let him do that to you?"
But that's what you're right. That kind of. What does that do to you? Does it fire you up?
A little bit.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm pretty sure a couple plays later I scored right after that.
Yeah.
Or when you wing one off the glass and you'll shoot better?
That happens a lot too. I'll come down the left side and I'll try to pick a corner, and I kind of sail it over, and I hear shoot better from about I want to say 4 dads on our team all yelling it.
Is it true that, like, when you play in Canada, if you have a bad game, your dad says, "Do you want to be tariffed?" Do you want to be tariffed? I will tariff you right now.
Yeah, hockey there is nuts. I had a tournament over the spring in Canada, and that was my first time going over to Canada, like playing Canadian teams, and I was like, holy shit, this is like a different level.
Is it same age group?
Yeah.
And why? Why do you think is it just all they do?
That's all they do over there. It's just straight training and all like some of these teams, like you pay so much money and it guarantees you like 4 ice sessions a week, off ice workouts and other stuff. And these guys are just some of these guys are just nuts.
What do you do? So when you're in a situation like that, is it intimidating to you? Because now you went and played for a Canadian team,
Yeah.
right? So you're with the kids that are getting all that, but
Yeah.
you seem to. Your dad said you fit in.
Yeah, I want to say the first tournament I was kind of like iffy because I didn't really know what to expect, and then we kind of had another tournament, and I kind of just settled in more. I think throughout the tournament, the first time I settled in a little bit, but I think at the second tournament I settled in a lot more.
Yeah, I mean,
And that's the thing about, in anything you do in life, is that you walk in, you don't know where you fit.
Yeah,
right.
Do I actually belong?
Right,
And
the
then
imposter syndrome
when
that
you
people
figure
talk
out
about,
you
right?
belong, then you get your confidence, then you get in, and you work into it. And in terms of being held accountable, is that there's a certain expectation that you have on a team, and there's a certain expectation that you have in an organization. And when somebody falls below it, a lot of times, and I think the younger generation gets offended by people that hold you accountable. It's like you need to do better than that. And I think our generation, or us old guys now, I think we're more deferential because we don't want to offend someone.
Well,
we don't want to hurt someone's feelings. We don't want to get in trouble. And so holding somebody accountable through the generational gaps is actually difficult to navigate.
We're watching.
Wilson got picked off.
He did?
Yeah, horrible throw. Horrible
2 minutes left in overtime. Tie game
Russell
still.
Wilson, to me, was a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Oh, yeah. His rookie
Leaving
season, he was
Seattle.
already headed there.
Yeah.
Right? Leaving Seattle. He then goes to Denver, and I feel like it was just a shit show after that. Like, the guy's whole career, I don't think he's getting in.
Yeah.
I asked you today, he's now on his third team, right?
Yeah.
Or fourth team. Excuse me, fourth team.
Yeah.
And with New York, that was a beautiful pass to get them.
Yeah.
But it's like, man.
Until Dallas kicked that 64-yard field goal.
If Eli Manning gets in the Hall of Fame, you have to put Russell in there. But Russell's legacy, after that interception in the Super Bowl against the Patriots,
right,
his career's gone backwards.
Yeah, well, Danny, you say that, and with all due respect, it's because of the numbers. But Eli didn't go on to another team after New York and falter and fail.
No, he didn't.
3 times.
No, I know.
Well, 2 times so far.
But
I'm guessing the third time
but the thing is, Eli's whole career was based on winning those 2 Super Bowls against the Patriots, but then he did nothing else. That's the thing. So
as a Bills fan, that's all that matters.
No. I'm an Eli Manning guy. I mean, I hope he gets in, but I think Russ should too. But Russ's career has just gone sideways.
It really did go
since
sideways.
that interception.
Right. And he doesn't do himself any favors.
No,
by calling himself Mr.
The story about Russell Wilson is that he is a poser. That the guy you see at the podium and the guy you see on camera is not the guy that he really is.
Okay.
And it rubs people the wrong way. Like Kyle Brandt tells this great story where he's at the NFL Honors a couple of years ago. Russell Wilson's walking in with Sierra, his wife, and Kyle's supposed to interview. He goes to interview him, and Russ puts his hand up like, don't talk to me.
Really?
Guy was a Man of the Year candidate.
Yeah.
Won the Man of the Year. Yeah. It's all an act.
You want to know who the Man of the Year is? And
Josh Allen.
everybody knows this because you hear these stories, but I can give you personal accounts. So I have a good friend that's down in New York for the game today.
Right.
He drove down with his son for his birthday, and he stood out in front of the hotel down in Jersey City, and the team gets on the bus going into the stadium, and there's only 4 or 5 people standing out there, and the players come in, and a couple of the guys come over and say hi to this 13-year-old kid, and it's his birthday. And he's like, yeah, we came all the way from Rochester this is my birthday present, is to come to this game with my dad and my buddy. And they get on the bus. Josh walked in, didn't know any better, walks on the bus. And a couple of the guys on the bus told Josh that this kid came all the way from Rochester for his birthday. Josh got off the bus and took a picture with him, wished him happy birthday, then got on the bus to go to the game.
Yeah.
That's Josh Allen.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Who else does that?
I don't know.
And there weren't any cameras. Josh has no idea who this kid is. He doesn't know that we know him, but that's just the person he is.
Yeah,
that's the human being that he is.
You look, to me, Josh Allen is getting into what I would call the Michael Jordan air in terms of celebrity, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I watch it probably far too many times, but The Last Dance, I probably watched it 3 or 4 times, to be quite honest with you. And I'm always
only 4 times. I took that personally.
You know what I'm saying, Danny? Like, but the guy would make the time. Like, I mean, you had to protect your time.
Yeah.
You've got to set boundaries. There's no doubt. But he would go before games and he'd be laughing with it. And I'm going, how quickly do you have to get your head in the game, right? Josh had the bus ride. I get all that. But you're right. It's the same kind of thing. You go out of the way to create the fan who won't leave the stadium. That's what we're trying to do. That's what Josh wants.
And he did.
Fans, which he has done.
Yeah.
That's Tony Robbins' whole thing.
And by the way,
Create a
Dak Prescott just ran it down to get him in the field goal range to beat the Giants. Could Dabo get fired before Mike McDaniel?
Yes. Yes, but
No, I don't think so.
You don't think Dable will be fired?
No, I don't think Dable's going to get fired. I think the Tisch and the Mara family, they really like him, but they're giving him like one last shot.
And this is
they
it.
let him pick their quarterback.
Right.
You know, Jackson Dart. So you're not going to fire the guy, and then all of a sudden, the next administration is stuck with this young quarterback sitting there, and 2 other guys you signed.
And how many times have we seen that happen?
After
in
the
NFL?
last throw by Russell Wilson to turn the ball over to give Dallas a chance to win this game, Jackson Dart might get his first start next week.
Yeah, too soon?
No, he's not. He's not going to get that start until at least November. Mike Francesa was talking about it. There's too many big games coming up. They got Philadelphia next week.
Oh yeah.
Then they got
I wouldn't throw him.
Then they got a
Philadelphia.
short. I think it's a short week coming up. I mean, it's going to be too hard to do that, to throw Jackson Dart to the Wolves. But it's going to be, and not to mention, they're also paying Russell Wilson $10 million. You're not going to pay him $10 million to start 2 games.
Yeah, true.
So I don't think that's happening. I think that Dart's going to probably play in the second half of the season.
Okay. And we'll see that. Will you talk about almost going to New York, or do you want to stay away from that?
You mean for today's game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean we've been trying to get to New York for the last 3 years, but the weather when the Bills have been going down has been horrible.
Right.
And we were going to get on a plane last year, and it was all weather. And we went to get on this private plane, and it was like a crop duster. And Bryce, the kid whose birthday it is this weekend, he and I looked at each other. We got on the plane, and he and I were like scared shitless. Like, there's not a chance in hell I'm going to jump on this plane to fly down there. And when they were going down, I just we bowed out and said, "Yeah, we're going to watch it back here."
I mean, was it just you two who were uncomfortable with this?
Yeah. I mean, Billy and Jennifer were
okay.
They were okay
Because you get that gut feeling. Sometimes I go, "You're better off," right?
But Billy and Jennifer are like crazy roller coasters too.
Yeah.
I'm not a big roller coaster guy, and death just seemed too close to the window for me.
Well, you know the Leonard Skinner story. Do you know who was supposed to own that plane?
No.
Aerosmith. Aerosmith's pilot toured the plane and said no.
Really?
I cannot buy this plane.
Wow. Have you been to Leo's Bakery and Deli in East Rochester recently? Oh, you got to get there. They're open every day, so it's very convenient. It'll satisfy your sweet tooth, your sandwich cravings. Get the Cubano. Tell them Billified said to have the Cubano sandwich. Fresh baked bread, handcrafted pastries, deli favorites, and desserts like cannolis that'll make you rethink your self-control. It's all waiting for you. So, what's the best thing about Leo's? Everything. Check them out at Despatch Drive in East Rochester, because every day is a good day for Leo's, because the best thing about Leo's is everything.
Well, it sounded like the Bills responded to McDermott this week. He had him practicing in pads this week. And on Wednesday, like heavy pads. In other words, like, we're going to go at it. And he sounded feisty during the press conferences. And I really don't pay much attention to what's said in press conferences. McDermott's press conferences are long, and he says nothing. But apparently his tone this week was very, very like, we got to get things done. We got to work better. We got to be smarter. We should have he didn't say we should have lost the game, but he alluded to the fact that the defense was not up to snuff last week. Okay,
yeah. They got one.
So they showed up. But I want. There's 2 things. One, Justin Fields, okay? is a media creation at quarterback. He was awful today. He had nothing. He's had nothing. He's never had anything in the NFL, and yet he gets propped up. I don't know why, but he's never been an NFL caliber starter. No, he's just not.
Interesting. Because
He-
I
he's
haven't
not.
really heard that.
He's not, and I think
I think a lot of people thought it was a bad system.
yeah,
or,
Aaron
you
Glenn's
know,
going to get his quarterback next year. It's not. This is going to be the year where this is going to be the tryout year for everybody. Then he's going to get his guy in place and his offensive coordinator.
The way
They're
this
gonna figure
season's
it out.
starting now, he's going to have a top 5 pick. Maybe top 3.
Yeah, absolutely. The other thing too, the Bills had a couple of big plays that they just got momentum. I mean,
Yeah.
they had. You got to remember that first drive. After the Jets went 3-and-out in the first drive, the Bills had a 3rd and 19 and a roughing the passer penalty. I mean, like they were dead to right. The roughing the passer penalty got the Bills in position, and then Cook scored the touchdown, and then Bosa gets the fumble.
Right.
You know, and then or it gets the Epinesa recovered it. The Bills get a field goal off that. Then all of a sudden the Jets just kind of like,
Yeah.
we're done. We're done.
Not to, but I love listening to Sirius because you can go to the Jets call or the
Or the Bills call.
That's my favorite
As a
thing to do.
Yankee fan, I always listen to the opponent's call.
Yeah, a lot of times I do too.
Because I know what the Yanks people are going to say.
Right,
I always listen to the opponent's call. The
Right.
opponent's call is always more interesting because you learn about the other team. You know who your guys are.
Right.
Kevin is into a little bit of gambling and stuff. What do you think for Thursday night? Who are you betting? What's your parlay? Not betting. What's the spread?
Kevin just said he's not betting.
I
I
don't-
think that's bullshit.
I got to look
spread's
it
gotta
up.
change
I'm calling
after
bullshit.
after today. Yeah, I'm saying bullshit too. Well, they may not, but the
No,
line
I'm sure,
will move.
I'm sure
thinking
they
the
do.
line's
Hang
gonna
on,
move.
let me pull it up for you. It is-
We'll be on the road, so I don't know if he's gonna have much time to bet.
Where are you going?
I got a tournament up in Detroit this weekend.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
Detroit.
Our first game Friday is at 11 in the morning, so we're leaving Thursday.
So what league is this?
So I'm in like 4 different leagues.
Jesus.
So I really don't know which league is which. I kind of just
God damn, your dad loves you.
I was just gonna say. I mean that's.
That's love right
so it's
there.
all the same team, just different leagues.
Oh, I got you.
So
It's 9.5 right now.
Wow, Greg was right. I thought it would be 6.5.
Yeah, I said between 9.5 and 11.5.
Wow, it might go as high as 11.5. It might go that high.
So yeah, Dolphins, Bills 9.5, and then the New England game, Patriots, Steelers. Want to take a guess?
Patriots, Steelers.
Steelers at New England.
Steelers at New England. That's
Getting
it.
Yeah, a point and a half, depending on where you're looking.
Really, so it's a push.
Patriots are getting So basically, the Steelers are favored, but it's in Foxborough.
Yeah, so you get
So-
3 points automatically for
yeah.
that. So you get out of school for this?
yeah, so actually I don't even have school Friday anyway, so I'm not really missing anything Friday. But
What Catholic holiday is on Friday?
The
The hell is this?
I don't think you don't do 180 days, do you?
I'm not
Like,
sure.
do they
how
have
much
to?
I
I don't
do.
think
They do the bare minimum.
Yeah,
bare number.
yeah, whatever it is. And believe me, I mean, there's a ton of work at these private
Yeah,
schools. I
yeah.
get that, but I remember I didn't know.
Grand for the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I got
Hey, just enjoy where you're at right now because you're gonna grow up and you're gonna work 260 days a year, 52
Easily.
weeks a year.
Hey, if you're looking for a place that's more than just a market, it's a game changer, you've got to check out Palmer's Direct to You Market, right on 900 Jefferson Road in Henrietta, and of course online at palmersdirecttoyou.com. And here's what I love. You can hop on their website, not only see the weekly specials, but under the Learn tab, they've got tons of recipes, tips, and how-to guides. And with football season here, their game day recipe roundup loaded with fun ideas. Chicken wings, dips, crowd pleasers. You're going to be the MVP of any watch party by going to palmersdirecttoyou.com and clicking on the Learn tab. And the experts at Palmer's, they're incredible. I actually learned how to air fry bacon from them. Pro tip, you lay a piece of bread at the bottom to soak up the grease. Brilliant, right? That's a Palmer's tip. They've also got guides for busy back-to-school nights and how to properly freeze and thaw beef or easy meal preps so dinner doesn't feel like, well, a scramble. And it's not just recipes. The market itself is unbelievable. Certified Angus beef, burgers, plump chicken, fresh fish, and one of my personal favorites, the Jamaican Me Crazy coffee. Oh, it's so good. So whether you shop in person at 900 Jefferson Road or online at palmersdirecttoyou.com, you're not just buying groceries, you're getting expert advice, fresh food, and a little inspiration to make mealtime better. That's Palmer's Direct to You Market.
But I have to go into school late anyways Thursday too. I got my road test on Thursday.
Oh! Oh, look at this.
Actually, my second one. My second one.
Everybody
All right,
west of
okay.
the Genesee River, be wary.
Funny.
Well, I took two myself.
The first one is like the Jets-Bills game today.
Yeah, well, I took two tests too. So
Funny
you're
story.
all right.
I was in church 2 weeks ago, and our pastor is talking about how he's in line for lunch somewhere, and he sees a couple of hockey dads and hockey players, and on their phones they're going over the game. Hey, what happened in that goal?
Yeah.
They're like ribbing their kids, and they're like F-bomb. And I'm like, was that Kevin? and he's like, why aren't these kids in school? Why are they out for hockey? Are you kidding me? It's September.
Your pastor got paid for them.
That's all right. So you feeling confident? Second time going in?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you know? What they failed you on the last time?
Everything.
So,
How do you know? Did you?
I have the report.
well, I was more worried about going over the speed limit because if you go 36 and a 35, it's an automatic fail. So I was going like 33.
Okay.
And they marked me off on that. Like my K turns were fine. My parallel park was fine. I was just a little too far from the curb, but
Okay. All right. But
It's
they
ba-
didn't take it. They take points off for that.
I'm not sure if they did or not.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they did.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Oh, here we go.
He's got it right here.
Here we go.
Look, man, I failed mine first time,
Hey.
and when Will took his, he failed his first time. I think Luke failed his too, but
How many times did Sam fail his road test?
I got 100 my first time.
Excessive
Yeah, well, you're a
space for
suck
parking.
up.
Yeah.
I got a
Parking
66.
back up in U-turns. Excessive space for parking too far from curb. 5 points off. Driving in traffic. Improper lane of traffic.
So now we're just throwing me under the bus here.
You
right?
chew on the
Yeah,
left lane.
right.
What lane were you in?
No, I did not.
he was in the bus lane.
He was in the oncoming lane.
No.
He's passing over the double lines.
Too slow, impedes traffic flow. That's 15 points for going like a little bit under the speed limit. But they fail you automatically if you go over?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
My mom-
It's just too much in your head. You know what I mean? That's too much in your head.
Anymore either.
But
You have to wait.
my mom told me, so I took a lesson a few days before my test.
Yeah.
And, the lady that I took my lesson with told my mom that 146 people took their road test the same day I did, and only 6 people passed.
I believe that. I mean,
So that means that means the instructor, whoever was approving, was a son of a bitch.
they don't tell you at the moment. You have to wait. So
look, the
so you don't leave and
so
know.
I had to wait.
The
I had to
bottom
wait.
line is this.
What?
So what you need to do, and I'm surprised your dad hasn't done this for you yet, but are you a AAA member?
I am.
Okay, so you take the AAA driving course, and then the AAA driving course instructor will take you through the test.
Oh.
And then the AAA, after you do that with them, and they'll tell you what you need to do, and if they think that you're ready to take the test, they will drive you to the test, not your parents. And then they always get into
There's a little less pressure. And they get into the car?
Well, no, the instructor, the judge, the New York State driving instructor, as I understand it, will then know who these people are because they're part of the AAA system. And they give the thumbs up or they give the thumbs down. And as long as you're within the range of it, you pass. If you're not, then you don't pass.
All right. Well, we'll all love Buffalo in the Thursday night game. That'll be an exciting one.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, our buddy Juice, he had his son over the weekend.
Oh,
Ford
Hey.
Fields, that's his name. Ford
Fields.
Fields. Yeah.
Congratulations.
yeah, very-
So he'll be
That's
back
wonderful.
to pick games this week.
Okay, that's great. For Greg Connors, Dan Barillo, Tyler Muir, I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you tomorrow.
Go Bills.
Go Bills.
Seems they were looking for a Cadillac with Tennessee plates.